Good morning again. It is Monday, the 22nd of July 2024. It's the HSFF audio blog again. Welcome. I've just finished this morning Yann Martel, Life of Pi. Well, that was an unexpected read. As I told before, there's a plane to Canada waiting for me, so I was looking for something rather short that I could finish up before the journey to Canada. And this was gifted to me with a bunch of other old books from my mother. And you know what, I've seen the movie back in the day, and it had close to 400 pages, just the right amount of pages to finish. So what the heck, I read it, and this is the audioblog about Yann Martel's Life of Pi. So Life of Pi, it was first published in 2001. Yann Martel, first book I read of him. Never heard of him before, but I guess he has some more books. He's a Canadian author, and the book itself, it also has this quest for meaning and religion, which kind of made it the perfect sequel to Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha, which I just read before. And Siddhartha is set in India, and Life of Pi, it has an Indian protagonist, so somehow that was fitting. So the protagonist is Piscine Molitor Pastel. He's a young boy from India. His father is the director of the local zoo, and he disagrees with the government in India. It was those Indira Gandhi period, and so the family, they decide to move to Canada, and they take half of the zoo along with them. So we have an interesting narrative structure here, because Yann Martel, this is more or less based on real events. Yann Martel, he met Piscine at a later age, when he was grown up, for sure, and he interviewed him, and he also interviewed people and got material from people who met Piscine, who followed his story for professional reason, because he came shipwrecked. This is also the subtitle of the German edition: Schiffbruch mit Tiger, shipwrecked with a tiger. Let me tell you a little bit more about Piscine himself. So he's a religious person, and he has his own unique way to God, because he's Hindu, but then he also takes up Christianity and Islam at the same time. Incredible. So this is very progressive of him, but despised by the different factions, as you can imagine, and it puts the parents in a different spot, because usually religious people are not so tolerant, but he has his own connection to God, and it all makes sense to him. And his belief is also, probably the reason he survived, and he was able to tell Yann Martel this interesting, amazing story, honestly. So they get their visas, and finally they enter a Japanese ship, and the journey over the Pacific Ocean to Canada begins. And doesn't take too much time, and the ship sinks, and the sailors They just throw him into a lifeboat, and he finds himself, when he wakes up again later, alone on the ocean, on a lifeboat with a zebra with a broken leg, with a hyena and an orangutan, and honestly, with a tiger, a Bengal king tiger. That's at least what we say in German. As you can imagine, in such a tight space, in such a hostile environment, these are special, dire circumstances. And it doesn't take long before the animals go mad. The hyena is a very mean character, and it eats the herd zebra up in a very cruel and brutal manner. Eats the zebra up alive, just won't die. It takes several days until the zebra is finally dead. Then the hyena, which is kind of amazed that the tiger doesn't move. The tiger goes in hiding below deck. So the hyena decides to kill the orangutan next. And last of all, the tiger awakes and makes very short process with the mean hyena. Then it's only Piscine and the tiger in a lifeboat. And the novel turns kind of philosophical. It's a lot about how to survive on a lifeboat, certainly. And there's some neat equipment in there which allows him to survive. All in all, he was over 270 days on sea. But there's still the tiger, and he has to master the tiger before it eats him up too. So he uses all the skills that he learned at the zoo of his father back in India. And they develop kind of a dual relationship, because the tiger needs him to get food, because Piscine learns how to catch fish, but Piscine, he also discovers sense of life in a way. The tiger gives him reason to live, to continue on. This is a wonderfully written novel, honestly. I like the prose. Every once in a while there's a chapter by Yann Martel in which he describes how he recorded the story and his meetings with Piscine. These are also cool. And in the last quarter of the book, honestly, we entered the realm of magical realism, which was a cool surprise. I don't want to spoil too much here, but in the end the situation turns grave, and Piscine and the tiger, whose name is Richard Parker. Such a cool, nice little backstory on Richard Parker, because he has taken up the name of the hunter that caught him back in the day. Piscine and Richard Parker, they are about to starve, and I don't know, it turns off into a delirium. You don't know if those last very cool quarter of the book is actually real, because they meet another person in a lifeboat, and they also find this mysterious island. Those were probably my favorite moments of this novel. Very cool and very unexpected. So overall, I liked it. It was a nice, neat little short summer read. It's just one of those novels that flow into your brain. The sentences just begin to dance in your mind, becomes very vivid. So a very good experience. Yeah, kind of stray from my main interest, horror, science fiction, fantasy. But as I said many times before, the vacation begins soon, and the moment I enter the airport, I will pick up Stephen King's Nightmares and Dreamscapes, 900 pages of amazing early 1990s King short stories. Yeah, this should be right for 3 weeks of vacation. So, yeah, that's how the world looks right now. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. Have a blast, and maybe see you next time. Bye bye.